All right, welcome to the second annual holiday special.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We have Nadya Kwandibens, Sage Paul, and Cliff Cardinal on the show. So, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Good to be here.
Excellent. And we were just talking, Sage, you've been super busy this year.
I have been.
Okay. You've been all over, like pretty much all over the world.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I'm done with 2022. I just got back from Mexico and Whitehorse and Vancouver, all for fashion things. There's this big original, it's called Originals in Mexico, and it is the second, I think there's going to be annual, but they might do it biannual. And it's for all Indigenous people in Mexico, and all the work that they create. And they're so traditional down, like different than how we are up here. Like there's a lot of similarities, but they will not share their practices with other people, and they only want to keep it within their community. And there's a lot of talk around innovation and tradition, which I thought was like pretty interesting, because everyone's really like they want to keep the tradition. So they're like, how do we innovate when we want to keep on to those traditions that we know? And it's a lot of older people. All the designers that went on the runway down there were all like aunties and grandmas.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, it was really, really good. But it's the second one. It doubled in size. But it was run by the government, which was kind of weird.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was the only thing that like that, and you could see that they're really encouraging better prices, and they don't want to see appropriation and all the things that affect our communities.
They got the right idea. Don't talk about it. Don't give it to anybody. First rule of traditional knowledge: don't talk about traditional knowledge.
Is that like what my? Isn't that Fight Club? Like Fight Club.
That's right.
But first rule. My dad always said, he used to be like, "Your religion is your own business. Don't talk to people about it." And I'm like, "Sound advice, Dad. You get into a fight."
That is exactly. And you've been traveling too, Nadya. You've been all over the place.
Yeah, this year was insane, like pretty crazy, working for Snapchat, different organizations, and like major organizations throughout the year. So I've been across Canada multiple times this year.
And you're heading out again to across Canada somewhere.
I'm going to Vancouver.
Vancouver, that's right.
Yeah, okay. Going to Vancouver. I've never been there in January. I don't know if that's a good idea.
They get like a 1 centimeter of snow, and they're like, "Oh my gosh,
it's raining!" I'm looking forward to being out there. We got a bunch of sessions lined up there. So yeah, that's coming up. I'm looking forward to. It's a good start to the new year.
Excellent. And you had a show. Is it still on, or did it finish in Thunder Bay?
It closes New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Yeah, in
so
Thunder
if you haven't
Bay,
seen it,
homies,
go check it out.
Yeah, it's at the Thunder Bay Art Gallery, the Red Chair Sessions.
Excellent.
I went to Edmonton.
You went to Edmonton. That's right. Cliff has also had a busy year traveling. Well, tell us about Edmonton.
Edmonton, well, you can read all about it on the Edmonton subreddit. But
okay. Edmonton, all right.
Cliff made it to Reddit.
Yes.
Scandalous
Yeah, I did the show out there,
Yep.
and a lot of people really hated it.
Oh.
So that means I also had a big year.
No, they were offended by it.
Okay.
Don't you think the difference between people being offended by something and people hating
That's
something?
right. When you hate something, you seem to care about it a little bit.
You know what? Never read the comments. That's my advice.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you. I mean, I took a look at a few of them and I was like, oh, I don't want to see this.
Never read the comments.
There's an emotional investment if you really hate something.
Like you will go out of your way to start a Reddit thread.
Yeah. You know what sucks about it is that they're all right. They're all correct. Positive and the negative, like I see their point. Like they're
sure.
I can't
Okay,
really
so
argue
what did
with
they
it.
say?
Well, they ran the gambit from like the writing wasn't very good to the performance was very bad, and that seems to be the gist of it.
Huh. Okay. All right.
Broad strokes.
Brad's jokes. That's the way the Edmonton community felt about
Were there any
Cardinal.
positive comments at all?
Some intellectuals seem to want to study me.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Indigenous creature.
Indigenous creature.
You are like,
They for sure they want to tag me and bring me back next year.
Just be like, this is like episodes where just me and Sage are anti-laughing. Hold up the mic away. Hold it away.
So you guys are hired.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Indigenous creature.
But wait, was Fashion Week this week? This year? Or was that last year?
It was this year. Yeah, it's
That's right,
been
it was
a
this year,
very
yeah.
big, huge year for me. I am so tired. And we're preparing to go to Milan for February next year.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, snap.
When in February are we
Yeah,
going? Maybe we
the
can
end-
say.
It's the end of February. It's during Milan Fashion Week, and we're going there for White Milano, which is a big trade show. We're bringing a delegation of 7 incredible artists and designers, and so we're getting the, I guess, trade and economy, boosting that in our communities.
It's too bad about the name though. Hey?
I know, it's so funny.
White Milano, like
White
brown Milano.
We email, like, we'll be having staff meetings. We're like, oh, did you call the white people? And we totally mean that as in the business white.
Yes, of course.
That's right. Brothers and sisters.
That's right. Of course. Excellent. Any other exciting news?
I have some news that I can't even share, and
I know
probably
we
just
were aware.
Okay,
bring
let's
it
hear
up
about that.
now. But
We'll share
it's a
it,
pretty major role.
Let's get into it.
Right.
It's a pretty major role, and I can't announce until February when
Okay.
it's like official and shit.
We'll have you back on the show
I
to
swore
announce it.
I can
then,
swear
yeah.
on this podcast, can I? Okay.
Well, you can say we're on the internet. You can say whatever the fuck you want. I don't know.
Yeah, sounds good to me. So, it's going to be announced in February. So I'm just getting a sort of scope around like what the role entails.
Right.
And that's like on top of like several other roles that I have as well. So, like it'll be interesting to see like which hat or layers of hats that I wear. Right? So,
Will it be the deadly hat like you're wearing now?
the deadliness will
Okay.
always,
right.
it'll be the top hat for sure. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to sharing that news. It's definitely a new capacity and something that I think will like open up a little more of just my own self and exploration of myself
Right.
too. So
Exactly. It's good to develop these. Right.
different other spaces and circles in different communities and that. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Excellent.
I always like taking on opportunities and things that sort of show me something more about myself and other people. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent.
And that's coming. It's coming.
That's right.
The
Well,
anticipation.
February, okay.
I'm
You
like,
know me,
what
I'm
kind
just
of work
always
is
like-
it? In photography.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it in the country?
Do you like sure?
Yeah. Yes. Can I ask it and you can say yes? That's it.
No, it'll be it'll be interesting to. I'm just really stoked for peeps to know, and I'm such a Gemini. I always just like shout to the wind, "Hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm up to." But I have to sit on it for a while. Yeah.
That's right. But I mean, we know what it is, but that's okay.
Anyone who doesn't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
We know. We'll tell you after the taping stopped.
Yeah.
We'll tell you in February.
Everyone
You got to
cover your
stay
mics.
tuned.
Tell us.
Come back February for that exciting announcement. And Cliff, you just released a record. Speaking of exciting announcements,
Cliff Cardinal and the Skylarks, Suicidal Valentine. It's going pretty. We're number 36 on the Indigenous Music Countdown. By the time this is out, hopefully it'll be 35, 34, something like that. And we had our CD release party at the Horseshoe, and honestly, it didn't go that good. But went really well.
What was?
I know. I mean, we didn't
wow.
sound that good. We didn't play that good.
Why are you so hard on
played pretty
yourself?
good. Well, hang on, but the pictures sounded amazing. Now, if you look up my Instagram,
Cliff-
oh my god, like
Cliff
it's
in
like,
black and white.
yeah.
Yeah.
Had the hair done and everything. It's like it looks. You feel like you're looking at a picture of Ian Curtis.
You totally are.
Yeah, so
Ian
go up there.
Curtis?
Vote.
Yeah, your hair was dope.
I thought I was
that
looking
night.
at early
Dope.
Joy Division there.
Yeah.
You know, with the braids, but like the vibe, you know?
That's right.
Yeah.
So who's
It was a
Ian
good
Curtis?
night.
Joy Division.
Oh, that's okay.
You know that guy.
That's right. And then the next photo shoot, you'll look more like New Order.
That means I survived the mix, though.
That's right. Oh, who's going to be the unlucky one? Okay.
A little suicide joke there.
Yeah, well, it ties in with the album. Album.
Suicidal Valentine.
Available
Hey, did you
now.
guys see what's his name? The DJ Twitch.
Oh, it's I was reading that. That's unfortunate news.
sad.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Oh,
DJ Twitch boss is no longer with us.
Yes.
Yeah, he and they concluded that he took his own life. You know, such sad. Yeah. So moment of silence. Just people are suffering out there. It's a hard time of year.
It really is like, you know, there's there can be lots of loss and when people gather, especially this time of year. Like I definitely feel that. Yeah. We always just like reach out to peeps. I always do that, you know?
Yeah. I love when I get those texts from you. Hey,
Yeah,
this
just
is
random.
How are you?
Listen to this song. I always do that. I
But
always
it
reach
means
out
all
to
the world,
people.
hey?
Yeah.
It's just hey, how you doing?
wrap
Yeah,
up
what
a
up?
pair of socks, bring it over.
What up?
Yeah. Well, I invite
Yeah.
people on the podcast show. That's how I connect with people.
I love it. Look at where it's nice to be here with everyone.
Yeah.
Well,
That's so
it's good
nice.
to have you guys here. We love you all.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh, we do. You know, I'll get someone to do a graphic of a heart now shaping us somehow in post-production. That's right.
Real
There's your
gangster.
cue.
Do you like
Nice.
real gangster?
So then, is everyone ready for the holidays? Speaking of the holidays, is everyone here big present buyers? Or I know you don't care.
Well, we have our brothers and sisters have kids.
Oh, right.
So
of
they're
course.
kind of cool and like,
Yeah, yeah.
and honestly, you can buy them a bunch of shit. Like spend $250 at a,
right.
like the toy store for like tons of shit, and
right.
it's like they're happy.
They're like, woo!
They're gonna outgrow it in a fucking day and a half, and like.
But when I
There you
get
go.
Lucian, like the little, those little drawing mannequin things that show perspective, he's a really good drawer, and he's really into these really cheesy video games right now on the phone. He's obsessed with it. Like he has Nintendo Switch with all these great games, but really right now he's into like FNF and these.
What's that?
It's this weird little game with these characters, and he really gets invested in the characters. So there's a boyfriend, girlfriend, and all their little buddies, and they're like kind of street art, graffiti-looking characters.
Oh, okay.
And he's really into it.
Oh my god.
He wants like a stuffy.
Now, the piece that you want to know about this, the kid's a trendsetter. So if you're looking for where to go for the 7-year-old in your life, like listen to what Lucian's up to.
Yeah,
you
he's
guys
7.
remember like on the news feeds when like every post was about the like virtual powwow? Was it Roblox?
Roblox, yeah.
Powwow? You
Roblox.
could go in and actually powwow.
What? You
What?
can? I need to do that because Lucia made me join Roblox, and at night we will just we'll all get onto
I don't know
Roblox.
what that
Me,
is.
my sister.
What's
There's a
this-
powwow, yeah. The
there's
kids
this
made
app.
a powwow online.
It's this app, and it has lots of different games, and everyone can join it, and you are playing the game while other people are in the same world as you. So I guess there was a powwow where you can literally just go and you can dress up your character however
Just
you
show
want.
up.
I wonder if they have regalia for the characters.
I don't know. I
They
didn't really
should.
get into it.
And then
Yeah.
you just go in there and you just watch everyone do their things. It's really simple, kind of. There's no real objective.
Okay.
I find to these things.
I would
Nothing
be-
that's
I
like
would be
you don't have
hardcore.
to, you don't have to sit in a van for 6 hours with your cousins. Yeah. You don't have to
like
eat
man
those
at craft
Indian
booth or
tacos.
check out my wares. Yeah. Or I would be the photographer. I would be the photographer.
You'd still have your little photographer, your camera around your neck.
Your second life is so cool. It's exactly like your first life is so great that your second life is exactly like it.
Yeah, all the kids are into that. Well, you just
It's
have a little
info
auntie there.
technology. I don't
All
know
the
what's
kids.
popular anymore.
Well, it makes it so it makes it kind of boring to buy things for
Right.
them because it's just then all linked around these video games that they're
Yeah.
going to be bored of in a couple months anyway. And I'm like, he's like, I really want to get the F&F stuffies. And I'm like, well, do you think you'll still like it in like a month? And he's like, yeah. Yeah, and he's like all offended that I'm asking him because he really loves it. So it's
Lucian gauges his time. Like a month from now is like, how much do I want this right now? So that's how he's going to answer to this month from now question.
Yeah.
He's a kid. I mean, like, I love the boy.
Wait, and how old is he?
7.
Seven?
And Towns
Okay,
is
yeah.
3, and Eden's 4, and then Cliff's nieces are 10.
10 and fuck. Sorry,
10 and
Alice and
7.
Jane. I don't know how old you guys
No,
are.
they're 10.
I love you and everything.
They're
but no.
11 and 7 because Janie is the same age as Lucian.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. But Christmas really is for the kids.
That's right.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would rather just go sit in a bar and have drinks and eat a turkey dinner that they serve.
The Intersteer on Rochester is open on Christmas, so you could go there.
And hang out with friends.
Yeah.
Like, I never celebrate Christmas. Like, I don't even do gifts or anything, but this year I'm doing all of that. I'm gonna like wrap it, and I know it's like last minute auntie, I know,
'cause you have money
but the intention is there.
Yes.
The intention.
Yes. That's all that matters.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get everything sent off. I had like awesome like statement tees for my nieces and toques and like all of that. So
Awesome.
I'm gonna get that all sent out.
Right. No one's going to make macaroni statues to give out as for for Christmas.
Yeah.
Who's Silly Jerry? Remember that? Okay.
Who's Silly Jerry?
Yeah. But
Oh, Seinfeld.
Yeah, and then at the end, some guy sat on it and it went up his thing, and then he had to go see the proctologist.
I think I missed that
Send
episode.
me that.
I'll send you that. We'll post a link in the comments below after the show's done.
My thing is always like this epic Christmas morning like breakfast, and I mean, all the eggs, all the hash browns and shit, all the bologna, sausages, and all of that.
Click.
So, but I'm not going home this year.
Right, okay.
So that's gonna be skipped. But it's a different Christmas for my family. My sister is going to Regina.
Oh, we were just
Yeah,
there.
so she'll be away. My all of these holiday gatherings and that are always mostly centered around my sister, because she's the one that I grew up with, like all through foster care and all that.
Right.
Yeah, so she's been like that permanent like mainstay, that fixture, and that my blood and my sibling, right? So. And I help take care of her kids. So, but this year's going to be different. So I'm helping her on a Christmas vacay out of away from home. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it'll be a
Excellent.
nice getaway for her.
Okay. And how long is she staying in Regina for?
I think a couple weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be nice for her.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Gotta take care of family.
Yeah, it's so important.
Right. And do you guys have any Christmas traditions that you do or do year after year? Or?
You know what I just watched was 4 Christmas. I think I've watched every single Christmas movie on Netflix and Prime TV.
Or Disney
And so
Plus.
have
And I
I.
haven't done Disney Plus yet.
Disney Plus.
Oh, we're married, by the way. Just so, I don't know if you know that, but this isn't our first time hanging
So
out.
when I watch every Christmas movie, Cliff watches every Christmas movie. And last night I watched 4 Christmases, or was it the night before? And 4 Christmases is Reese Witherspoon and the tall funny guy.
Oh, Vince Vaughn?
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn, that's right.
And
I know that
they
one.
go and because all their parents are separated, so they go to these 4 different households to do their Christmas because they couldn't go on their vacation. And I feel like that's me and Cliff's Christmases, is that we just kind of do our own thing, but we have to go to all of our, we go visit Cliff's family, usually at his brother's, and then we visit my dad. We usually go out for dinner somewhere. We go to my sister's house.
Billy Morasti came over a couple times. I hope he comes back again this year.
Well, yeah, because then
nice.
sometimes also we'll host my dad and Billy at our house, and sometimes Cliff's mom would come, and so
Excellent.
yeah, it just kind of depends on what's happening that year.
Right.
We just get cozy.
Right.
Do you cook? What's your dish that you cook?
You don't have to make one at honey.
Do you make a dish?
What do
Do you
I
have a
cook?
dish?
I don't have a Christmas dish because we usually just do turkey. But when I cook, I'll usually cook like an Indian dish of some sort or like a baked chicken dish.
Oh,
But
nice.
usually chicken
yeah.
or Cliff loves both chicken and Indian food, so
Excellent.
that usually goes over well. I think I
Nice.
perfected the chicken thigh because Cliff loves it so much.
Chicken thigh and white rice.
Chicken thigh.
Yeah.
Some steamed broccoli, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, not too much black pepper.
Very good.
What's your go-to dish?
Oh man, I make a really good wild rice. Like you can make stir fry, casserole. It could be like yeah, you can put it in anything. It could even be stuffing. Okay? Just throw it in stuffing. Just wild rice everywhere. So Anishinaabe.
What about here? What happens at the
Put
Church of
some
Mark?
wild rice in it.
No, it's not enough yet. Wild
I don't know, it all
rice.
depends, I
Blueberries
guess.
and wild rice.
Blueberries and wild rice.
So good.
Who cares? That's whatever.
So good. So
Oh,
good.
tell us how does Christmas celebrate at the Church of Mark?
You don't have to ask Laura, actually, but she
Laura
hates
loves
public
public
speaking.
Every year, like he's not around.
Does it involve?
It's the same. Our kids are here and us, and maybe the odd person who's in town without family, and we eat food and open presents.
Yeah,
We don't have our
That's it.
family here, so we don't have to do a big gathering.
that's right. So we have any stragglers.
We go
that
see a
come
movie.
to-
usually.
I'm a straight.
That's right.
I'm a straggler.
Yeah,
I'll,
you can
I'll come over.
You're coming.
I'll
You're
come over.
coming.
I just wasn't
I can
sure
bring
if
my
you
wild
had
rice
ever
dish.
had
Yeah, then you're coming.
Yeah.
That's right.
I just found out that Laura's afraid of public speaking.
That's right.
And you did really good right there. That was a lot better than I thought it would go.
Because you know I don't need four people.
I
It's
thought
in a
you would. Well,
closed
no,
space.
this is Sage and Naughty. Like hundreds of thousands of people are going to watch this. I expected that you would. I would just hear like just fainting. Laura.
That would be a good, like, just the sound. It's just like, here, Laura, what do you think? And then goes,
Like a gasp. Just a gasp.
Laura's out.
Bam.
Laura's out, yeah.
We'll add that sound in post.
Oh, Laura, you're great. We love you.
But here's a big question: has anyone burned down their house?
Oh, Craig is on.
Oh,
that's right.
Craig.
Last year we found out Craig burned down his house.
And we're not letting that one go.
That's right.
Yeah.
You
Craig
did.
burnt
When he
down
was a
his
kid.
house.
Was it
Oh
at
my
Christmas
gosh.
time too?
And then it started this
Playing
traumatic thing where like his nightmares or something like that. Or we'll have to watch last year's.
Yes.
Because we worked backwards. Like last year we heard the twitch, and then we found out where it started from was burning his house down.
No, it's a true story. He did.
Wow.
Yeah. Playing with matches.
How old
yeah.
is he?
You know what? We'll have to watch the
I
episode.
think
he
it
was
was
a
10,
kid.
15, and 17.
So when did it stop being an accident?
Well, it's a second marriage, right?
All right.
I'm sorry, man.
Editing.
Oh man, he's a
Edit
comedian
point.
too, right? So if he wants to burn back, I will be
Mark.
torched.
That's right. Expect a diss record from Craig Lozon targeting Cliff
yeah.
Cardinal.
Honestly, it would only do good things for our Instagram numbers.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
No, I love Craig. I got a lot
Yeah.
of respect for him.
We
I
love
think
him too,
everybody
yeah.
does. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Craig.
Merry
and all that.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Very generous of him to share that, even to know that he's just going to be exploited a year later.
That's right, exactly, yeah. And it's on
For our own
the,
comedic value.
and it's on the internet forever.
Burnt down his house.
Story
So
for
no
the
embarrassing
books.
stories like that.
Are you asking us?
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't worry, if it's anything crime related to implicate you, you don't have to say anything.
I feel like Cliff would know all my embarrassing stories. I don't get embarrassed. Maybe Cliff.
Yeah, there's things
How
I
about we
should
start with
be
this?
embarrassed
How about we
about.
ask this? When was the time Cliff was embarrassed by Sage?
I can't really think of anything.
Did I ever embarrass
Because
you?
I'm
You've
I'm
never
right there
embarrassed
with you,
me.
honey. You know?
Yeah,
Whatever it is,
embarrassment is
we're
interesting.
contributing.
Yeah.
We've never embarrassed each other. I don't know. What's that? I don't know. That's
Or
weird.
like, have you walked into like a glass wall or something?
oh, shit.
Like just walking and your makeup just goes.
Just makeup is still on the glass.
Imprint. Yeah.
Work so hard they just whoop the eyeliner off.
Trying to look good.
Yeah.
Trying to look real good.
Yeah, just trying to look real good.
Trying to look
You walk
deadly.
in, your eyelashes get stuck to the.
Snagging.
Just so I've never worn those like eyelash things. So if I did, I wouldn't know how to do it. I wouldn't know how to do it. But
Yeah, sure
it
that.
was,
Sure, I've done that.
I walked into a screen. Yeah, didn't know it was there. You would think because my eyes are pretty good. I walked into a screen one time. We were having a party with my brother and some of his homies and that back in the day. And I went in to get some more drinks and that. We're having a party. And I had all of this stuff, and I wasn't really watching.
Oh my
I just went straight into it. They're all out there, right? And it was like this whole moment. Fuck, they really razzed me.
Did you break through the screen?
I held the drinks.
The
drinks were still intact.
Dedication.
Like that TikTok where the cat jumps through the screen.
There's so
cute.
many TikToks about cats. But yeah, anyway, one of those
moments.
I know, embarrassing moment.
Or moments where I'm like, shit, why did that happen?
The point being, but with my story, is that I kept shit intact.
You did. That's right.
You'll do anything to avoid embarrassment.
To carry through with my duties.
Everybody
my party
got their
duties.
drinks.
Yeah.
That's right.
And not a drip was
Probably,
lost.
right? Here's yours.
And then all night, you continue to walk in the screen to make it look like you meant to do that.
Really adamant. Just check it, Nadya.
Right.
I got kicked out of a Broadway play in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Yep, that happened.
We
We got kicked out.
Oh, I see.
I'm so really
Were you
sorry about that.
unruly? Were you unruly?
They're singing this song, and look, if you know this, it's the important part of this.
What did we go see
play.
again?
It doesn't really matter, but it was
like
Les Mis,
Les
and
Mis,
they
it
were
was-
singing
yeah.
"I Dreamed a Dream," right? And these fucking rich people are right in front of me, right? And they're opening up their candies and shit, and I'm like, so I just grab the candy and throw it. Right?
Okay, well,
And
okay.
hold on, no, wait, come on, no,
instigate him.
please. And then I got kicked out, and it was really embarrassing. Not because we got kicked out, but because I spent money on a fucking Broadway play. Shame on me for even thinking that would work.
Oh,
Well, it was really, we were sitting there. Okay, we got stuck in Chicago. I'm going to add to the story.
Okay.
I'm
There-
I was really happy with where I left it, but here we go.
It's my story too.
No, please continue.
My story too. So we got stuck in Chicago for 2 days because we were on our way to Rapid City to visit Cliff's family, and there was this big windstorm, so we didn't have any of our luggage. And to get it out of the airport, they were like, we have to wait at the airport or just go. We were stuck there for 2 days, no clothes. We had to go shopping.
Shit, yeah, you told me about this. Yeah.
And then we were like, let's go see this play. And to be fair, the people in front of us were really irritating. They were just not aware of anyone around them. They were and blah 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 blah, talking through it and rustling their candy. And then I go to Cliff. I'm like, ugh. I gestured to them. I totally instigated Cliff. I kind of gave him permission when I did that. And then he just went in there and he was just then threw it over there, and then it went on to intermission. And so we're like, whatever, fuck this.
No.
And so we walked on the other side of the theater because we were like, we don't want to deal with these people, and let's just see if we can avoid this. And no, they came over. They're like, hi, were you sitting over there? And I'm like, what? Yeah, we were. Just acting all innocent.
I see.
Eventually, they're like, we're sorry.
I forgot about the part about you
here.
instigating me. I just, it all happened, and there I was. And so I was like, oh, wait, I didn't realize that you were part of that.
I mean, I wouldn't have grabbed the chips out of their hand
Well,
or
personally,
popcorn.
I wouldn't
but-
either now. That's a one-time deal.
Yeah, we learned our lesson. How to get kicked out of a theater.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
And I would like it was part of like I spent a lot of time in theater. Like I kind of grew up in theater a bit, and so I would do these sort of edgy solo shows where if someone like had a phone or something, I would fucking grab it from them and like do something with it. And so like I was like mixing worlds, and it was bad scene. I wouldn't have done that again, and I apologize to those fucking rich
Did you
people.
buy them a new package of popcorn? Or?
I didn't get a chance to.
Oh, okay. But they were rich. I'm sure they could afford their own.
Yeah, because they're the kind like it's like when people wear sort of like camping gear, but they live in the city. That's like that's a Gore-Tex, like North Face
all Patagonia for them.
and that's what they wore to a Broadway show. Okay.
I mean, I love Patagonia, but they all wear Patagonia. Yeah.
Okay. Patagonia. I'll have to look up what that is. It's a brand of clothing. I get it. I know.
And it's a really good brand, actually. The guy just sold his company for
I just
like a
read
small
that,
amount of money.
Right, I read the article, right. I think I posted it. I don't know. I can't remember half the things.
It's a very good company, but it's a part of that scene Cliff was just talking about rich people in camp wear in the city.
It's all connected.
We'll have to take Cliff with us whenever we want to leave his show early. Hey, Cliff, do your thing.
Cliff, then these guys are really bothering me. I don't know, fuck, just... Which ones?
You'll have to come up with with a sign or a look or a word or something.
Right.
Yeah. That one, yeah.
It was a pretty good show, though. Like, I've actually sat through a lot worse without any kind of objections.
And have you seen Les Mis before? How many times have you seen it then?
It doesn't matter how many times I've seen Les Mis, Mark. It's not that's not really the
He
part
loves it. He knows the words to the songs. And it's very moving play. And I think that's one of the really sweet, endearing qualities of Cliff is that he becomes very moved by beautiful pieces of art.
I was interested in the French Revolution.
Yeah.
That's right. We saw it at the one of the Mervish productions years ago. Les Mis. Yeah, it was good. It's a good show.
It is cool. Cool. I got a show at the Mervishes this year, coming up in March.
What?
Tell us.
It's a solo show called The Land Acknowledgement.
Okay.
Where it's a comedy where we try to have a.
The land acknowledgement. It's a comedy.
My reaction to that was
Sage, remember to talk in your mic and not into your glass.
Seems like it's a land acknowledgement. It's a comedy.
It's a comedy. Okay. Can you give us any of the plot or characters?
Well, it's a comedy. It's based on having a real relationship between communities. It's not based on bullshit like a land acknowledgement.
Right.
Where you go up and you say this sort of rote bullshit about and then go aren't I a good person?
That's right.
Aren't I a good ally?
I have done my.
I said my little land acknowledgement. I mispronounced Haudenosaunee in front of everybody, and now I'm good to go.
I've done my duty to the indigenous world here.
You know what I read today in the Star? Is that like in terms of fulfilling the objectives of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, we are on track to do that by about 2065.
How old will I be then? I'll still be alive, hopefully.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I'll be 95, actually.
Wow, yeah.
Holy moly.
You'll be happy. That'll be a proud day for you, man.
How old will we be?
Wow.
When they load my brain into the robot body.
So did the
Mark, you were wrong. It worked.
So did the article happen to mention anything about how we can speed that up? Or did it make you think about ideas of how to do that?
More land acknowledgements, it sounds like. We'll post an orange square.
So no.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I'm thinking, and is that we shouldn't be going so far out to call each other racists. Or assume that stupid fucking rich people are the problems. Like, we have to go from a place of not knowing. And so if we get all stuck in our own opinions of what we know, we're going to be proved right. But if we ask a question and wonder what it could be, we could find something more there. So I think one thing we can do is we can stop just defeat the argument rather than the arguer.
That's right, 100%. Because now we use labels to dismiss arguments and dismiss people. Like they'll say, "Oh, don't go see Cliff Cardinal show. He's an alt-right whatever extremist."
And that's like
right?
totally overblown the way people say that. That's not that bad.
That's right. But that's what we do now. That's right. Totally. Do you see that in the fashion world? Any people getting dismissed because of beliefs or their fashion maybe doesn't fit the norms?
The fashion industry is an interesting place. It's going through a lot of changes, but there's a lot more ethical questions that are happening in fashion right now. But in terms of people getting called out or canceled, I can't. It's mostly happens when appropriation happens, and then it becomes an idea. It becomes identity politics on if this person is Indigenous or not, and then it goes on the internet, and this process for how we acknowledge the supports and resources that are there for our community members, and who gets access to that, and who gets that visibility, and who that is for, and so our community, I think, fights against that, but I don't know what the process is yet.
Right.
But it's not as flippant as what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what about photography? Especially now with AI, now creating images and art.
Oh man,
they're gonna
there
put you
was
out of
like
business.
a whole freaking ass week.
Yeah.
My
Who's got
whole
AI
news feed was filled with it, and I'm like, that's not even real.
No, it looks basic. It makes you look like a scab.
Ew!
It does. It's so cheap. It's so fake. Oh my god. And pay an artist. Come on, they'll do something that's actually real, like with the human connection.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like high five that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like I just get really, really wrapped up in my work, and for me, representation and honesty, and there's always this innate sense of justice that I always have as well, and I think you can't be Indigenous without having that. But honesty and integrity for me figures prominently in my mind and everything that I do. So when I did that whole week, or it was over almost 2 weeks of this AI thing, and I was just like, oh my god, just stop, make it stop, make it stop. But I'm all about spending time with people and being real and just visiting and just being just honest with people. I think that's a large part of why everyone really connects with Redworks and what I do and all that. So for me, it's just really just integral and a part of what I always do anyway.
And that's why people, want you. They want to hire you to photograph them. You have this very unique looking eye, and how you kind of, not unique looking eye, but how you capture people's images. And you're kind of anti-technology. You don't even use a tripod. I mean,
no.
You can
I had an artist
technology.
talk. I had an artist talk for one of the camera clubs in the area recently, and they're all asking me all these specs and shit. And I'm like, I don't use a tripod, don't use a reflector, it's very just me and my body, right? And my gear. Just and they were surprised by that. And I outlined why I don't use it, because it's just, I used to do improv theater. So for me, it's you take the situation, you take what the situation is, and you accept it, and you work with it, and you give so much. You give so much out of that too, right? So authenticity is something that comes just, as I think, just natural to me.
Wouldn't you say that's even part of our community?
You can't compromise your integrity artistically. Right, you got to keep it, and that's what draws people towards your work as an artist. Right, just keep it real, keep it real.
That's that's totally. I find what you said about we improvising with what we have, and that's kind of that's the way that I was raised.
We're improvising now.
Yeah. I love it. Makes me feel happy.
Exactly.
Every time, sorry, I like your, are those rings, or is it brass knuckles?
It's brass knuckles.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I won't mess with you.
What does it say, Sage?
It's, it's made by Mad Auntie, who's Joy Arquette.
Okay.
And it says Awas in Cree. which means
You
like
gotta say real auntie-like, though.
a wuss. One time Cliff was like in our house and he goes, and something was happening, he tells me to a wuss, and I was like, no, you a wuss. Well, oh, no, that's what I did.
No, you.
And I was like, yeah, I will a wuss.
I shall.
I will.
I shall.
I shall a wuss. But Joy is like definitely one of my favorite artists.
Oh yeah, Joy. Yeah,
We can
Joy
check her
Archive.
stuff out online.
Mad Auntie, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I
Mad
wonder.
Auntie.
It's like the way that our communities sell is more like drops, and that's like because it's direct to consumer now.
Right.
You know, you don't have to send to a retailer. So if you want to get things from most Indigenous designers, you got to wait for their drops. You see them on social media, or you kind of find out when they're going to be retailing somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, just because it's not
Like
mass
pop-ups
produced.
and that.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly, exactly. But
So first come, first serve. Then you keep your eye. Okay.
that's the way it goes. But
That's right.
that it becomes a very meaningful piece then, and you
Absolutely.
hold on to it,
That's
and
right.
and you love it because you know that love that has been put into it, and you know all it's taken to make it,
That's right.
or So you just, I love it.
Excellent.
I love our community.
That's great. Do you have any comments, Cliff, on that? You look deep in thought, pondering.
I'm wearing a BB Chemnitz shirt.
Okay.
That's it.
BB
That's my comment.
Chemnitz is like the native Patagonia.
Oh.
Is how
Okay.
I would label them. They
really?
they have not said that, but they are Inuk. BB's Inuk. She's from Greenland, and her designs are amazing. She has her first flagship store in Nook, I think, in Greenland.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I'll check that out. That's on. I'll assume that everything's online now.
Everything's
I think
online.
that's
Yeah,
good,
check out BB Chemnitz. They got good outerwear, hunting gear.
Are there any
Nice.
Indigenous watch manufacturers? Because that'd be something I'd like to get into. Maybe start a company. I know Stevie Salas, if you're watching, I know you're in watches too, so maybe we can get a company going. We can develop our own brand of high-end mechanical watches.
Yeah, definitely connect.
Right.
I would say like connect with an industrial designer
Okay.
and see how to get that made.
All
I
right.
was just talking with an artist, Cheyenne Legrand, and she wants to start doing shoes.
Oh,
And she's she's super creative, and she's got a very big presence. Like her energy is like she stops the room and everyone looks at her. But she wears these those 7-inch platform Spice Girl shoes.
oh wow, okay.
And so when
Damn.
she told me that she wants to make shoes, I was like, yes. So I want to connect her with people. Like there's so much possibility I see in like our community and what everyone wants to make, and what we need to share. But don't make too much of it. Mass production is just
That's right.
it really cheapens the whole thing.
It really does.
Yeah.
I don't want to have the same shirt as somebody else, unless it's a BB Chemnitz off purple.
Okay, get what you're saying. Yeah, the what's that word? Commodification.
Commodification.
Commodification of it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep it real.
Yeah,
No?
well, that's how, when we make decisions to, for the trade show that we're going to in February, there's tons of trade shows, and it can be any kind of brand, but this one, and so we have to choose pretty selectively on why we choose to go to one, because if they're just there to appropriate Native culture, that would be horrifying.
Right, of
and
course.
if that were to happen, so we have to go research them, and this company, White Milano, supports handmade, their craftsmanship. They really tie into their roots in Italy, which is it's a very industrial country. And so they're all about the quality of work, and it's not about mass production. So all of our designers were at first really, of course, feeling kind of oh my gosh, how do I prepare for this? How much quantity do they want? And we can't produce hundreds and hundreds. And I was
Yeah.
no, if you have one of them, that's fine. Whoever gets it, gets it.
Right.
But if you have 10 of them, that's great too. But it's
Sure.
really that's why we chose to go there. Is
Yeah. What's that
because-
saying? Quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
and
want
it makes it more of
quality.
a premium product too if it's not mass produced, right?
Well, exactly. And when we have our Setsunes who are up north making these items that are worth $2,000, and then you have some soft mock brand selling something for $50, $100, it really
Yep, go legit, and best of all, you will have pieces that your basic bitch HBC friends don't have.
That's right. Well, we're coming up to the end of the show. We have a couple minutes left. Any last Christmas wishes, desires, gift requests? I don't know.
Something consumerish that we can put out there?
What do I want? What do I need?
Or any New Year's resolutions?
Sleep more.
I have one.
Okay.
What?
I am raising my hand.
All right, yeah.
Can I speak?
Nadia, yes.
The person over there with the tube.
I have one that's like really tied in like everything that I love to do, and the act of visiting and being present. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, we get so caught up in like all the news feeds and socials and all that.
Right.
For me, and I really don't look at my phone a lot. It's just like emergency or like something absolutely needs to get done. Right? That's when I look at my phone. But for me, I want my New Year's resolution, and I never really do this, is because I try and embody things that I want for myself throughout the year. Like, January 1st doesn't even really, like, it doesn't, you know what I mean?
Doesn't mean
Like,
anything
what's
to you.
a day,
It's a day.
right? What's a
January
day
3rd
to
should
make a
mean something to you.
decision?
That's my birthday. January
What's a
3rd,
day
that's
to
right.
make a decision, right? So, but
Right.
I'm going to do it this year. I want to be more present with my craft. And I realized how much that I've let go of just going out with my camera and walking down the street and just having my camera and like really reconnecting with just that. And that's how I started. I
Right.
would just go off and down the street, get street photography.
But Nadia,
look at.
you're one of the most present craftspeople I've ever met. You're gonna turn into
can
a
be-
fucking tripod.
That was my nickname, and
That's right.
the human tripod. It was so steady. I was really steady.
Well, that's beautiful though. You're walking around more and
Yeah, just walking around more, being more present, and taking in more of why I started doing photography in the first place. Reconnecting with that initial dream. I think is really beautiful. So
It
that's
is.
my you're gonna anytime anyone sees me, like from this point on, I'll always have a camera.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my
There
goal.
you go. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I know this isn't supposed to be a hard question, but it kind of is for me, and I honestly don't know. I feel like I need a good 3 weeks off.
Okay.
And then when I come back, I
Sure.
just want the next 3 weeks off so that when I come back, I can be responsive. Maybe it is about being present. I want to be able to have the mindset to just be clear and not overflowing
Right.
with things happening in my life. And so I'm
More
just
balance, I guess. Is what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
looking
I
for.
just want to find more balance. So I just want to spend time with friends and family for the next few weeks. Not look at my email, and just reflect on what next year is going to look like. I feel like my life is basically booked for the next 2 years. So 3 weeks, here I come.
That's great. Perfect.
Yeah.
Cliff, you have the final word.
no. Merry Christmas, you guys. Love you.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being on the show, and all the best for the new year. And we'll see you guys, of course, frequently.
Yes.
We'll see you all the time since you're in the hood. We'll probably see you
In
all
the
the
hood.
time since we're working with you.
Thanks, Mark and Laura.
All right.
You guys.
I'll make a point of coming over.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bamapi.
Bye,
Chocolate
Pete.
now.